Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Nicole and I'm really excited to have you here because hopefully you found me because you want to use the Cricut Maker to do sewing projects. So a little background on me, I worked for Cricut for 7 years in the education department and project design. You can still find a lot of the projects that I designed, especially for sewing and fabric. It was really fun. I learned a lot, and now I have a little bit more flexibility to tell you some things that can help make cutting fabric, preparing fabric, doing all those kinds of things for your sewing projects. So I'm really excited to have this venue to do that. Yeah, so let's get started. So one of the things that I would say, you don't need a Maker 3. You're actually a little bit better off getting the original Maker, and even better if you can find a refurbished Maker. Those are going to be the cheapest ones, but they're still going to have all the capabilities of a Maker family. And best of all, the original Maker comes with the rotary blade already in the box. It also has a fabric grip mat, so that's going to be your best bet, and that's going to be your most cost effective. I would not recommend the Explore, any of the Explore family, definitely not the Joy family. Next, you're going to need the mats. Any of the mat grips are going to work for you for fabric. There is specifically a fabric grip mat, but honestly, it's not necessary. I would recommend getting any of the grips, but in the 12 by 24 inch size. So that's going to give you the most flexibility. So having that extra length is always helpful. And if you don't end up needing that much length for whatever project you're using, that's fine. You can still put a 12 by 24 mat through the machine with your material and you'll have no problems. Okay, so speaking of those longer mats, this is an older one because it has the floral design on it, but this is what I mean by the 12 by 24 mats. So they have a cover on them, make sure you keep those. And this is the strong grip. So I use that all the time even for fabric. You can see some of the cut marks from the USA quilts that I designed and made when you're doing applique and with really small turns and things like that. It will definitely dig into your mat. As long as your material still sticks to it, it's okay. Don't fret too much. But we also have, this is the fabric grip mat, and so you can see kind of some threads and things like that on it still. That's fine. Again, as long as your materials are still sticking, then you're good to go. This, for example, doesn't have a cover on it, and I've used it a lot for things like flannel and stuff, so it's no longer sticky. Sorry, that's probably loud. It's no longer sticky, so I would need to clean this. Now you can clean them with alcohol-free baby wipes. Just some elbow grease, make sure you clean it off, let it air dry, and then it should be sticky again. If not, you can also use like lukewarm water and like Dawn dish soap, something really mild. And again, just clean off all of the debris, fuzz, lint, stuff like that, and then let it air dry, and make sure that you cover it again with these plastic covers, because that will help save it for future use and make sure that it's sticky enough to hold your material. So I just wanted to quickly show you a couple of things that I've made using my Cricut machine. These are, for the most part, designs that are already in Design Space that I helped create, but one of my favorite things to make is applique. Hand cutting this stuff can be relaxing for some people, but for me it just means I have to wait longer until I can start sewing, which is my favorite part. So I love the ability to cut it with a machine get all the pieces marked and cut out, and so I can get to sewing. So this is applique. I used heat and bond on the back, cut it, and then I stitched down all the edges. This particular block and the ones that go with it all have a marking on this center block so that it's kind of like a puzzle. It's a little bit inset and it makes it really easy for placement, which is especially nice when you have all of these small details. So that's one thing, applique, it's amazing. Another use for the Cricut Maker for sewing, quilting fabric is to actually cut your quilt blocks or your pieces. So this one is a design that's in Design Space now. It's a Riley Blake design. I changed up the colors, but I also ended up using my sublimation printer to print some blocks of pictures and things like that. I would definitely go over this in a different video, but that's upside down. But it's a really fun way to make just super personalized quilts, projects, keepsakes, because that's what we're all here for, right? It's to make something super personal, super unique. And just one more quick project type that you can do with the Cricut Maker. So this is a little teddy bear made out of felt that that I designed and made using the Cricut Maker. So it cut all the pieces for me, all these little round bits and things like that, super precisely. Saved me a lot of time. I've also made the bear out of shirts, flannel shirts from my grandfather who has passed away. So they make great memory bears and stuff like that. So that's a really fun way to use your Cricut Maker to make dolls and toys and smaller things that would be a little bit difficult to hand cut, but you can upload the designs and get right to making. So hopefully I've gotten you a little bit excited about the world of Cricut and fabric quilting, sewing, all the possibilities that there are for that. If so, hit subscribe. I'm hopefully going to be posting lots of videos, tutorials, so hopefully I will see you around and we can get creative together. Till next time, bye.